Alrighty, welcome back to week 2 of the Bullet Song Challenge. And before I start, I want to say that I haven't worked on the song I picked as my favorite, because typically I'm going to do that Sunday to Saturday, but it's I started over the weekend basically for my last week, so I was like, I figured I'll restart on Monday, so we're going from the beginning. In any case, what we're gonna do this time is same exact thing as before. First I gotta save week 2 of February, because it is currently the 19th, which is, if it's your birthday, it's great. If not, and whatever. What am I thinking? This is... Oh, I remember. I just, for a second there, I forgot what my naming convention was, so I was confused. Okay. Another thing before I start, I want to at some point overwrite the default file, so it's not just MIDI audio, but I really don't know what my preferences are with these things, so, that's something I'll have to figure out in the future. But once I get better, that's what I'll do. Alrighty, ready? It is 7:20 on the clock, and 7:21. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so to start, let's do something with, let's do an instrument. And what I'm thinking here is we'll do a wavetable thing. Can't go wrong with a simple wavetable. So let's listen to this. Okay, so now we're going to want to edit this. I'm thinking maybe, I do calm stuff typically. We could modulate this. That could be kind of fun. As a possible idea, what if we do an LFO setup here? And then we just want it to be, even more rapid maybe. And map it to here. To there. There we go. Let's try this. Let's make it not 100. I like that. And then, actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate you. I'm going to try something which I haven't done much before, but I learned, not recently, a while ago, about parallel processing, and it's something that I still don't really understand. So what I'm going to try and do is, I think it's an audio effect rack, if I'm correct, and then we can go under, here to do, chain stuff. Then we want to go here, so we have instrument, and then we have the rack, because I have just the slight idea. This is going to take up some time, but, it's experimentation, which is great. So I want to map this to be here. Now that I think about it, this is totally useless. I was going to just add an ARP on top. No, I don't like that. We're going to just do this to start, just by itself. No, I like the vintage ones. The vintage ones sound pretty cool. Or, sorry, retro. So what we're going to do, I'm going to add some noise to it, which just the best way to do that will be RC20, I think. So now this sounds good. It's just, the issue is it's too similar. We got a variety. Gotta make sure it's in the right spot. Let's do down by 3. See how that sounds here. Okay, no. Then we do like twice, I think is what I want it to sound like. While we do that, it's better. Not a fan of that drum. No, different drums. Too heavy. I want something a little softer. Like this. Then not sure how I feel about that one. Keep it real. I'm gonna go with Serum over here. Pick something just like, I don't know. Basic stuff. I like how that sounds. Let's do this. Let's put the LFO onto the cutoff here. Ooh. I like that a lot, actually. Wait. The issue is it sounds so similar to what I normally do. So I gotta do something. Then we could do like note source onto rate. Ooh. funky. Try something like this. Realizing that that's not at the very top. Oh no, it is. Just need to get those out of the way. I don't know. Mostly I'm just trying things. So quiet. It's so quiet. We're running out of time here. So this one, I think so far I've suffered from trying to do too much personally. But we're going to try and remove note. Louder. That one, kind of. We'll do trigger. Off. The issue is it's like doing that. Remove the arpeggiator. I like that a lot, actually. If I can get this sounding good, then it could be a contender for this weekend. But again, it's the first day, so who knows what's to come. We're gonna do this longer, and then this one will go higher, actually, instead of lower. See how this sounds? It's very soft. Now what about this? Something. If we try we could do the kick, and then I want to do here rim, I think. Yeah, let's do something with a rim, but like something a little soft, I think. this. It's interesting. Make this softer. Oops. Okay, perfect. You first. Not this one. Okay, we're gonna get rid of you. Amount of seconds we have, I'm going to try and make it a little bit softer here, but at the same time let's use the compressor. It's funny because towards the beginning there, I was like, oh, this is so good of an idea. And then I made this one, but I made it differently. And then I was like, I'll use the audio effect rack. And then I realized that there's no point. If I'm affecting the wavetable like this, the audio effect rack is going to help me do two different signals unless I double up on the wavetable. So like really what I wanted to do was something like this. Here, I'll try and demo this. Return and rewrite. Now we want to keep the LFO. We want to keep RC20, but we want to do the position, I think is that one. Yes, we wanted to basically do this one. And then we have this one, which sounds not as good. But I wanted to do an arpeggiator on there, something like which, could work, but ran out of time. So again, we're not making any changes. Let's give it a final listen, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts before we close. Alrighty, start at the top, typical stuff. Over time I'll get better at this process, but so this first sound, we're just using a wavetable and sweep saw. And using that, we have a completely useless audio effect rack with an LFO in it, which does the position 49 to 100%. So that basically means it's just like in between 49 here and 100 here, and you can check on the side here. We'll get down to 49, and then in this wavetable we have the amp set to be this like envelope, which is different than envelope, but it's technically envelope 1. And that one's just so it's like a soft start, so it gets a little louder. Like if I do this, then you can hear it kind of gets louder, and then here. But there's like a small amount of raising for the time. And then we have a filter that's pretty simple, Pretty, it's just like cutting off some of the frequencies. Then we're doing a second auto filter, but this one we're modulating, which, to be that truthful here, I could have just modulated this, but I didn't think about it at the time. Like, I could have gone with, map, and then just, like, set it to this guy. But I didn't think about that at the time, so... Oops. Well, why did it not go back to where it was? It was around about, like, 2 something. Well, okay. Second sound. This is one that I like a lot. It's kind of typical for me, but it's a little different. For this one, we use only Serum, which I love Serum. It's really good. And we're just doing sub bass, so we could turn everything else off. Which I love sub basses. They sound so good, especially if you just octave it down and you put a filter on too. But I had no filter. Then we add in noise, which noise is also one of my favorite things because it's very simple, but it adds a bunch of texture to whatever sound you're doing. And sub bass plus noise, it's just a very calm, mellow, thing that I really love. Then we add the oscillator A, which we're just affecting with the LFO. As it gets higher up here, it's affecting the filter, which is only filtering out this oscillator with the unison. And then we have this lo-fi tech kit, which I also like a lot. Mostly that rim just sounds so good. It's just such a good sounding rim. And then we just get a second pattern with like a invisible cowbell. Well, I guess it's ghost cowbell, whatever the correct terminology is. It's like hitting 3 times. I like that a lot. But it is definitely a lo-fi kit, and it just sounds really good. And on that, it has its own crazy amount of things like drift. But the main thing is I put auto filter, which I can turn that off. Which without it, it's too heavy. It's too loud and demanding. And I think it still is, compared to like... I mean, it's better, but I'd probably do something like that. And that would make it better. Then we have iHenny 2, which just adds a little bit of parallel compression. I couldn't really tell you much about that. It just sounds fantastic every time you use iHenny. So, keep that in mind. One thing I will say is there's a song, which I'm gonna show you my Spotify right now. But I'm not gonna play anything because to do so would be get me copyright claimed or something. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to pause for a second and find the song that I'm thinking of. Okay, so I found the song. Sorry for the cutout, I pressed the wrong button to end recording. So I will actually play like a short amount of this song, but I'm going to make sure that I copy this link and attribute the person correctly. But this song by Yellow House, which they're pretty popular, but this specific song is one that I found a while ago, and I love the beginning sound, so I'm just going to play that. I just love that. It's like a choppiness, but it's also, it's like this one here, with the like softness of it. I mean, I just love using the noise. So, in any case, that'll be all for today. I'm going to make sure it's in the folder while I say the closing words. But, alright, sorry about that. It's in here. It cut out a few times because, well, basically, I had something up in my films folder, which I'm not going to go into details about, but you could probably figure out, you know, I just basically, I'll just give you the footnotes, and then, you know, I won't talk about this ever again, but I downloaded a bunch of films for the purpose of watching a director's filmography. It's like Christopher Nolan. But I'm not going to go into details more, and you could probably figure out what I mean by that. In any case, hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I like this song. It's interesting. It's not that different, not that imaginative, of course, but it's my learning process, and though I know a lot, there's still more to learn, still more to do, and I will try and keep up every single episode a day. But, you know, sometimes it may not happen, and that is fine. But for the moment, I'm trying my best. I'm enjoying the process, and I hope you guys are too. So I'm going to say the same thing as normal. Subscribe if you want to, or don't. That's up to you. But if you would like to see my journey and would like to learn with me, then do it. I'd love to have you along. And I would also love to meet you guys. If I have fans who are also interested in Ableton music and also other music. Like, in the future, I may upload some VCV Rack content. Like, I could just open something right now and see what comes up. Oh my god. Like, random shit. But in any case, yeah. So, subscribe or don't. I'll be happy either way. And have a great evening. And good night.